Welcome to Hokey Religion, the Star Wars podcast. This is Tyler.
This is Michael.
And it's the show.
Hokey religions and ancient weapons are no match for a good blast here, True.
It's the show where we talk about Star Wars.
Is that the theme song? I feel like you should get up like the Pledge of Allegiance and like salute while you sing it.
It's the show where we talk about Star Wars. It's probably a little too loud.
Yeah, probably.
Hello, everybody.
Hi,
Star
how's it
Wars
going?
land.
This is
Everyone.
the podcast that we make.
Tyler over there.
Hello, everyone here.
My name is Michael.
Hello to those in the studio.
I don't know if we mentioned that.
Yeah,
Our names? We
during
mentioned our
the
names,
intro,
right?
during the intro. That's how we always start the show, with our names and the show name.
Tonight's going to be a special one.
It's always special with you, Michael.
Hey, wait a second.
Yep. So all of three things have happened since we last recorded in relation to Star Wars.
Which is odd for this podcast because usually
Usually right after
things
we
happen
record,
right
everything
after.
happens. Yeah.
but nothing has really happened.
Not that much. But we're great at talking about nothing forever. The longest episodes we have are the ones where we have almost no notes.
Yeah.
So buckle up. Here goes. So how have you been since last time we recorded?
I've been all right. I'm losing all my hair.
Was that Bloodfoot doing better?
It's better. Well, it's better in the sense that there's more blood. Is that better?
The Bloodfoot is better.
Yeah.
At being a Bloodfoot.
Yes.
Okay.
Not better as in my body as a whole getting better.
As in a health package. It's
Right.
not. Okay.
The Bloodfoot is doing a better job at being itself.
Well, I was wondering why you were wearing that bag on your foot. Now it makes sense.
It's both feet now. It's probably bad. The spread to the other one. The other foot. I don't know how it happened.
You should get those
They're
replaced.
separate things.
You should get those replaced.
The blood feet?
Yeah.
With
Not with new blood
Oh,
feet.
okay.
Just, regular old dry foot.
Okay. Just the old regular Joe feet.
Good old fashioned dry foot.
It's the old-fashioned feet. The way Grandma likes it. I had to say that came out wrong. I didn't mean to say it like that.
I don't need to know what you do when you visit your grandmother.
I didn't say me. I just said the way Grandma in general.
Who's grandma? My grandma?
Anyone's.
What are you doing with grandma?
No.
Nanny, no.
We get along just fine. Thank you.
Apparently.
I'm your new daddy.
Wait.
Oh, it's good. Never mind. No, it doesn't work like that.
That was an interesting story.
The first note.
Moving down the list to the first note.
We finally get to talk about something I've been wanting to talk about for a while, which
We've
is
talked about it before.
Plagueis and Snoke.
Yes. So for those who don't follow Pablo Hidalgo on Twitter,
You should, because it's great.
he is the keeper of Star Wars canon. He was hired once Disney bought Lucasfilm and all of that.
I thought he was there before.
He was there before, but he was not the canon keeper, I think, before.
Are you sure? I thought because I know there was one person
There was.
that managed all the canon.
I don't believe he was the one in charge of the, they called it, what was it, the holodecks, right?
I don't remember what it was called now, but
Something like that. But I think once Disney, I mean, obviously he knows everything about Star Wars, but I think once Disney got involved is when they brought him on as the canon keeper.
maybe, yeah.
Especially because I think they did it when they kind of cut it into Legends and everything else moving forward.
Okay.
I think that's when it became his job to make sure everything from here on is canonical.
Gotcha. Okay.
But if you don't follow him on Twitter, he responds to a lot of people's crap on Twitter, questions about Star Wars, and just, basically shooting everyone down with questions that he's able to shoot down. He's not going to tell you any truths about the canon, but if it's like patently false, he's definitely going to shoot you down.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. He'll tell you truths, and he'll be able to, yeah, like you said, shoot down things or confirm things, but he won't confirm any like previously unreleased theories or anything about canon that hasn't already been, released.
It doesn't exist
in a main like canon outlet, like a comic or a book or a movie or whatever.
Yeah.
So people's theories and stuff, they'll tweet their theories to him. And I mean, all of you know this already, I'm sure, but
Yeah.
he's great.
Yeah, he is. So, I mean, among all the things that he's there's actually been some before that I failed to talk about, but recently he, someone asked him, if he could confirm if Snoke was not Plagueis, and, or if he can confirm that Plagueis is dead. And his response was, Plagueis was killed by his apprentice. He's dead. Right. Just straight up.
Which is
Plagueis
basically
is gone.
everything that we were told in episode 3 with Palpatine's story, right?
Yes. Now, I thought it was interesting that he says that, but the fact that his apprentice killed him, Plagueis, the fact that Plagueis' apprentice killed him, is not in a canon story anywhere currently.
Didn't Palpatine mention that?
Did he mention that his apprentice killed him?
Yeah.
And
I think so, right?
In 3?
I'm pretty sure he did.
Well, I remember him talking about Plagueis, Plagueis the Wise, and talking
Right.
about his things, but did he say that his apprentice killed him?
I thought so, because I thought when he was talking about how he gained this knowledge and then he was killed by his apprentice, right?
Possibly, maybe.
It was heavily hinted that Palpatine was his apprentice,
Yes, yeah.
but I guess that isn't confirmed anywhere, is it?
That's a great question.
Because Plagueis doesn't, obviously Palpatine doesn't say it outright, and then Pablo was saying that later on in that same Twitter thread, he was saying that not much about Plagueis has been confirmed.
Mm-hmm.
That there was that Legends novel that came out a few years ago before
The Plagueis book, yeah.
Yeah, before EU was, thrown out. But apparently that's all, that's Legends now. That's not official canon. So they could bring some of that stuff back if they wanted to, but they haven't yet.
Yeah.
So we don't really know in this new canon much about Plagueis at all.
Yeah, not really.
Other than what Palpatine mentioned.
Yeah. And I mean, but so he kind of just.
By the way, Pablo,
he doesn't deny that Snoke is not Plagueis, but he does say that Plagueis is dead. So I mean, that's his.
He did. I thought he did.
He doesn't say anything about Snoke. He just says yes, Plagueis is dead, basically.
No, but he. Well,
I
thought he
that's
confirmed.
what he does too. Like he's not going to touch on points that don't need to be talked about or he can't say anything about, but he will confirm things.
I'm pretty sure that's a confirmation that Snoke is not Plagueis.
Yes. We don't know if they were involved at any point or not.
Together? I don't know if they would be.
Snoke seems pretty old. Like
Well,
he's been around for a long time.
That's what it was. It was so Andy Serkis already confirmed that Snoke is a brand new, character.
Yeah.
Right. And this, Pablo mentions that in the same Twitter thread later on. Saying again that Snoke is a brand new character. He doesn't have any, I think he said that he doesn't have any ties to previous.
Anything
yeah.
previous?
Yeah. That this is like a brand new guy.
Yeah.
And I think it makes sense. Considering where the story in Aftermath is going, it sounds like he is like
he's whatever was in the Beyond that
I think so.
That
Yeah.
Palpatine or Darth jeez, my brain shot. Sorry.
Well, Palpatine sent out his acolytes or people or whatever outside of the galaxy, yeah.
He was setting up those research stations, so I'm assuming Snoke has something to do with that. Something that,
I think
talked
so.
about that before.
I think so.
That he's whatever was out there, that stronger power, that maybe he's even more powerful than Plagueis was, or Palpatine was, or
maybe. Yeah,
or
maybe.
Vader was.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. But I like that now, actually, that's confirmed that they aren't. Plagueis isn't Snoke. It makes for a cool story, but I don't know. It also, like I was saying a couple episodes ago, it makes the universe feel small to have all these connections to existing characters.
Like you were saying, like if Rey was somebody's, like if she
daughter
was related to anything,
right?
Because we've already got that with Ben. So how much more do we need?
Yeah,
relation wise,
right?
Which I guess, yeah.
So I like the idea that Snoke is a new character. I really want to find out. I wonder if the second Aftermath is gonna talk anything about that or bring him into the story, or I would think so, right?
Well, there's 3 Aftermath books, so.
Oh right, yeah. So the second one wouldn't do that. I doubt
the
it.
third one.
I doubt the second one would do that
Because the the I forget the Admiral Ray Sloan.
Yeah.
Right. I guess they at the end they decided to basically go ahead and flee outside of the known galaxy towards wherever Palpatine,
Right.
Whatever he had left about the places he had out there.
Right.
So I'm guessing that at some point maybe we'll get that story of them finding something, but maybe not until the third book.
Yeah, I don't know. It wouldn't really make sense to bring in a character that big in the second book.
Yeah, it depends on what they're going to be continuing to follow. I'm assuming they will continue following Ray Sloan in Aftermath.
Yeah.
Because we have, the group of the rebels, basically.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming we're still going to get the story of...
Well, there was that commander that was brought in at the end of Aftermath, right?
Yeah.
That she didn't know about? Is that what happened?
Well, yeah. There's that guy.
The guy that we were
guy
thinking could be
bridge.
like a Thrawn type character?
Yes. That's true.
But did she didn't know about him, did she?
I don't think so.
How did she find out about him? I forget now.
Did she find out before the end of the book?
Yeah, because... Right? Well, because I thought that's how that character was introduced. Was that somehow they got in touch with each other, or she found out that he existed?
Well, I think it was just one of those little snippets, like after the final chapter. It was just like
was it?
quick,
Okay.
like one chapter, little short few page thing of this other.
Okay,
guy.
I can't remember now. It was a while ago.
Yeah, I need to read a synopsis before the next one comes out.
Yeah.
And speaking of books, you may wonder why we're not talking about Bloodline, which comes out May 3rd.
Yeah, which would have been out after, or as you're listening to this, if you're listening to a day of.
Would have been out for about a week now.
Yeah, because we're recording this a little early.
The way podcasts work, typically you record them beforehand because
It always works out great
how
for
the
us.
time stream happens. And so we haven't read it yet. We're hoping to read as much as we can before the next episode.
Yeah, right.
So this is actually the day before Bloodline comes out. So I'll pick it up in the morning and hopefully start on it right away.
Yeah. Sounds good.
So we will talk about it. Just
everything that people have been
Don't
saying
be
about it
angry.
so far has been good things.
I mean,
right?
everyone that had a review copy, they were all obviously fans of Star Wars if they were in the pool of getting review copies, but they all said it was amazing. So
Sweet.
Whereas, it was kind of not the same thing with Aftermath. There was a lot of complaints about his writing style, the way he writes in like the future.
Chuck Wendig.
Yeah, the way he writes in the future present and stuff like that. There's
Yeah.
a lot of complaints of his writing, which I had no problem with, but there hasn't been any of that with Bloodline. So it's supposed to be really good.
Sweet. Yeah, I'm excited to read it.
Yeah.
Really want that Republic story.
Anything. And yeah, that's what it seems to be about. And it looks like there's even some stuff. I've seen some, I guess, art based off of it
Yeah.
where it's even, there's even some of that like propaganda stuff put into it too, of if Leia's like actually, as good as she says she is, like people not believing her with the New Republic. And so I think it's definitely going to get into the
Interesting.
government side
Propaganda from the Empire?
Well,
Like
and they talked
Empire
about
remnants?
that some in I think they mentioned that some in Aftermath too, how the Empire, the Imperial, even had like the Imperial group was putting out stuff saying that they were like the rebels were all lying about the fact that they killed Darth Vader and killed Palpatine. And so I think there's probably still some of that floating around.
Okay.
And even then,
What kind of propaganda would there be about
but even
Leia?
if you think about it, and I think this was touched in Aftermath maybe some as well, is the Empire, went after and started this collective of planets,
Yeah.
and went out and brought them under their wing type thing, and then like basically sucked them dry for all their money and all their goods on their planets. So
Well, there were also
lot of-
planets that were part of the Republic beforehand, the old Republic.
yes, and there were some planets that were under the Empire that weren't really affected, like horribly by the Empire, probably because they were banking clans and different stuff. And
Well, because they
who
were
knows what.
sympathetic, yeah.
Yes.
Right.
So I'm sure there's going to be some planets like that are trying to not get people to go with the Republic because they still don't believe in it.
Sure.
And it's just that whole governmental thing, just like Republicans and Democrats, and you've got your own belief system that you've got these groups of clusters of planets that have their whatever
That are
their-
benefiting from the Empire
or
still.
whatever their party stance is, if they're
Right. Or had bet hard on the Empire and
yeah.
still trying to keep that around.
So
I don't
hopefully,
know.
I hope there's lots of the government side of things, just explaining what
Right.
that relationship is and what goes down. So
Right.
we'll definitely talk about that.
Yeah, I'm excited to read it. I really want to. So rewatching The Force Awakens, that. So there's the scene where the Republic planet. I keep forgetting the name of it. Can you remember?
Which one?
The planet the Senate was on. I can't remember.
The one they blew up like
Hosn-
promptly as
the
soon as we
Hosnian
knew it
system?
existed.
The
The Hosnian, Hos
Yeah, but
Nian.
I don't know what the planet.
Does it really matter?
Was it just
for, like,
Hosnia?
it existed like for 2 seconds in our brain and then was destroyed.
Pretty much.
We didn't know it existed
Doesn't really
and then it
matter.
was blown up. So
That was another weird thing. Just why introduce a planet and then instant? Well, I guess they referred to it after it blew up, but whatever.
yeah.
Um,
We'll remember that name when we read Bloodline. Hopefully that
Right.
will be in the book.
Right. So, I mean, you can see, we've mentioned this several times now, but you can see planets in orbit over the system, right? The main
Yeah.
system, the main planet in the system that blows up. And then there's, crap, I can't remember who mentions it now, but there's mention of, and we don't have the Republic fleet or something like that. There's a line on on Dakar. Somebody says at the Rebel base, and I can't remember if it was
Well, when they were planning the attack on Starkiller, and they're like,
Yeah, it was around
we
that
don't
time.
we don't have the fleet
right.
because supposedly most of the fleet was in that system when the planets blew up.
So yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Was that couldn't have been just those few ships? There's like maybe 10, if that. That couldn't have been the Republic fleet.
I mean,
And why would they be in orbit so close to the system?
well, I mean, I'm assuming not all of them are in orbit. I'm assuming there's probably
Some of them have to be deployed, yeah.
some of them, but
I don't know, there was an implication there, and then I think that conversation in the deleted scene that Leia had with one of the commanders or whatever, didn't that mention something about a fleet?
I don't remember that one. that
Okay.
well.
Anyway.
I mean, you have to think about it too. If the New Republic is kind of hands off with this whole with the First Order, because First Order is really not bothering them. They just want Luke Skywalker. They're not bothering their government or their stability. Really, they're not
Up until now, right?
Yes, they weren't
Yeah.
after that at this point. So if this the group of rebels, the Resistance, had to break off and have their own fleet of ships, a very small fleet, but if they thought they were safe, there probably isn't that much actually out and deployed if they're in a time of safety as far as they think.
Maybe.
A lot of ships could be grounded or whatever.
But you would think that they would have something that would have helped during the Starkiller base raid,
You would think. Yeah, and that's hopefully what we'll find out in Bloodline, why that there's no relationship at all with the Resistance.
Yeah.
Because it seems like there's no ties at all.
It seems way smaller than what I thought it was before we went into this movie,
And then, like we've talked before, you even have people like Akbar who left.
Right.
Which is, he was the admiral of all
The
of
fleet.
the entire fleet. Yeah, so something has to have happened and be explained, hopefully, in Bloodline as to why all these giant important figures are no longer a part.
I imagine what happened is Leia got fed up and left, and then she convinced, certain key people to follow her, to go with her.
I wonder if she didn't leave as much as get pushed out, and the people who believe in her went with her.
Maybe.
But there's also, even in Aftermath, they give you some stories of, they give you a little blurbs with Mon Mothma.
Yeah.
They were pretty close, and she's supposed, I would assume she would, it's been 30 years. She could still be around.
Who? Mon Mothma?
Mon Mothma.
Yeah, I imagine so.
So I wonder, because back then, at least in Aftermath, that was right at the beginning, it's the aftermath of the destruction.
Yeah.
She was still heavily involved, and she was the head of the Senate.
Right.
So I wonder if she plays into anything with Leia because they had a good relationship. I wonder if that relationship comes into play too.
I don't know. I imagine, Mon Mothma isn't that much older than Leia.
Yeah.
So I imagine she's still around.
Yeah. And of course, everyone listening to this now may have already read the book and know what
Exactly
happened.
what's going on.
Yeah.
And
So
we don't.
we should stop theorizing about something that is the past for everyone listening.
It's the future for us.
Yeah. A couple other things that happened since last recording. There were some set photos of episode 8, which were really awesome.
Pretty cool.
Some overhead shots of Pinewood Studios. They have the full external Millennium Falcon set.
Yep.
Parked seemingly where it parked on Acto, which is where Luke is at the bottom of the Jedi steps.
The Skellig Island.
Yeah, so they have like a whole set of
yeah.
the steps up to like some buildings. And then there was another new looking set that had like a courtyard piece with like some designs on the ground. It reminded me of Lord of the Rings, but with like some little
you know what it looks
building.
like? It looks like the entrance to like a stadium, like an arena.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
Or like an opera house or something.
I mean, there were two sets near to each other. I don't think they're related.
No.
I doubt there's anything that nice on Acto.
No, it's just
It's some other set.
Just building a set where they had space.
So,
and it's probably just some super quick
yeah
exterior shot.
Nothing really I mean we know they've gone back to Acto to shoot, or back to Skellig to shoot.
Right.
They didn't go to Acto because it doesn't exist in the real world. So they've gone back to Skellig to shoot. They have a set for the Jedi steps, and they're building. I know in Ireland they were building a set that looked a lot like the buildings that were on Acto that we saw up the Jedi steps.
Okay.
So it seems like they have multiple. So it seems like we're hopefully going to get quite a bit of on Acto with Luke and Rey, not just like
I would imagine so.
Not just like they're there to pick them up and they leave.
Yeah.
Um,
Hopefully it'll be. Well, do you think it'll be just kind of how it was with Obi-Wan, where you were kind of at his place for a little while and there was a conversation and then they left?
Yeah, and I
think it'll be more than that.
I didn't think about it until now, but you know they have that set with the Millennium Falcon parked at the bottom of the Jedi steps. How do Chewie and R2 hang around too? Do they just drop her off like she's going to school? I didn't really think about that. Are they going to stay until they can bring Luke back? Like, are they not leaving until he leaves? Or
I would think so. I mean, how else would Rey get off the planet?
I don't know, communicators. I don't know.
What are you communicators?
So it's like R2 and Chewie just gonna be like hanging around while they're like doing their Jedi stuff.
I guess
Just, like,
so. Yeah.
sitting in the background.
Come on, hurry up!
Just like Chewie's like in a hammock reading a book, and they're just in the background while they're like lightsaber fighting in the foreground.
You know what I'm looking forward to? I'm looking forward to Luke and R2 reuniting.
That's what I was just thinking. So it starts back on the film, and she's holding out the lightsaber, and he looks at her, and then he starts a slow like run towards her, and then just passes her and runs down the steps and hugs R2.
R2.
Yeah, he just totally ignores her, like even like bumps her a little bit when he runs by, and she falls over, and he just like runs down the steps and then hugs R2, and then she's just sitting there.
And then leaves her.
they all leave, and she's still just sitting there at the top.
Wait a second.
I was just thinking of that, like he would just run by her and bump her out of the way because he cared more about R2 than his lightsaber or the future of the universe.
He doesn't seem to not really care about very much right now, so who knows?
Yeah, he seemed. I mean, that smoldering look he gave her. I couldn't tell if it was like pissed off, like
smoldering. It was more like, oh no.
Well, yeah, I couldn't tell if it was like a pissed off or if there was like a hopeful pissed off. I don't know what to call that emotion. It was like he was hopeful but angry that she was there.
Like he couldn't believe that he was.
Like he knows he has to get involved now, but he doesn't want to still.
Oh, yeah.
And speaking of Rey, I mean, almost no one has really talked about it because it's so BS, and even Pablo Hidalgo has said it's complete false. There was a really crappy supposed script leak, which again Pablo has denied that it's true, but was saying that Rey is basically the reincarnation of Anakin.
Oh yes, yeah, we wanted to talk about this.
Supposedly supposedly a chosen one is reborn whenever the universe needs it. Like the force. Like
there are these cycles, there are these cycles in the force, and at the peaks of the cycle, the chosen one is reincarnated.
Yeah, like when it's like, I mean, Obviously,
So it was Anakin.
It's that whole thing of history repeats itself. So like, there's always these times of turmoil, and that's when the chosen one is reincarnated to like bring the Force back into balance, and then they die, and then then it loops back around again.
It's like the Matrix.
Yeah.
Basically.
So they were saying that she was not necessarily the reincarnation of Anakin, but just the reincarnation of like the born again chosen one. Like, the Force impregnated some random woman, and the chosen one was made. I don't think it was trying to say that she was Anakin incarnate.
Right?
Yeah. It was just saying, just like Anakin, she was just a chosen one that was born unto the Force.
Yeah.
I
don't know. It's too convoluted, I think.
Yeah, I mean, until anyone denied it, I was having to consider that maybe it was a partial leak, but since Pablo said it was BS, I agree with him. I mean, it sounds like a very George Lucas-y thing to do.
I disagree. I think it's way too complicated for Lucas to come up with something like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Trade routes? Do you remember episode 1?
Remember
how convoluted that was?
That was more grounded, though. This to have...
But Anakin was a virgin birth.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, I don't know about Shmi, but I don't know her life. But
it was.
There was not a father to that child.
Right.
She may have had coitus with other creatures on
Tatooine. She says...
I can't say that, but...
Qui-Gon asks who's the father, and she says there isn't one, right?
Well, that doesn't mean that there was a virgin birth.
But that's what it was.
Well, yes.
She says that in the movie, though, doesn't she?
I'm just saying she may not be a virgin, but Anakin doesn't have a father. Yes, continue.
No, I'm saying that she said that there was
like 40
nothing.
Something. She's never done anything.
That nothing happened.
Ever.
She's been a slave like her whole life, hasn't she?
Well, slaves, shit happens, man. I don't.
Do you know from experience?
You saw Watto.
Be very careful about how we go into this right now.
Watto was a very disgusting old man.
No, Watto. No.
Who knows what he did with his little flappy wings?
No. No, not Watto.
His weird dangly feet.
Anybody but Watto.
That's what Shmi was saying.
Triangle feet.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I used to take... did you have the figure? The Watto action figure?
I did. Why would I have a Watto?
Oh, I had a Watto. I don't know why.
By choice?
Yeah, I think so. I think I was by choice. Anyway, his because his little feet stick on the sides of his big round belly.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I used to have so much fun just twirling his feet around. So they were kind of at an angle, so it just kind of, did
just
like...
twirled.
Just twirled his
because
little...
he couldn't use them because he was so fat and flew everywhere. Just weird, dead, dangly legs.
And his arms were so thin. So he was like a Mr. Potato Head body, basically.
He looks like Grimace.
Yeah, with a trunk.
Yeah, with a snout. Yeah.
I don't know. I just had fun twirling his little arms and his little feet around. I had a rough childhood.
That's all you have is your Watto toy and your box. And you just twirled his legs.
My sleeping box. Some of the best times I had were in my sleeping box.
My sleeping box and my room box.
There were 4 flaps on that box.
My kitchen box.
The possibility
Each flap was a new possibility.
The possibilities are endless.
Every flap was a new adventure.
You could have 1 flap in and 3 of them out. You could have 2 flaps in and 2 of them out. You could have all 4 of them in and put your head through the middle and twirl it around like your little robot. I don't know.
Oh, you and your poor box.
My sleeping box. It's good memories.
Nothing like having a childhood sleeping box.
Well, we've reached the end.
No, something else happened.
Oh.
One other thing happened.
Oh, yeah, that thing that...
So, everyone had probably heard about this by now, but assuming after the press for Rogue One is done, Mads Mikkelsen will be in Disney jail for the rest of his life.
I don't know.
Probably he'll be in
You
the
seem
Disney
to think that this
dungeon.
is a really huge deal, but I don't think it really is.
I think he probably got in a lot of trouble for it.
I don't know.
Okay, so if you don't know what we're talking about...
So it depends.
Oh, yeah.
Let me go ahead and explain.
If you don't know what we're talking about, Mads Mikkelsen was on a live news show being interviewed about...
British show, I think.
Yeah, being interviewed about Rogue One and stuff. And he's like, well, I can't say that much. Oh, I can't say that much. Oh,
no, he's being interviewed about something else. He was there for some other reason.
They were talking about there was some other movie he made.
They talked about Hannibal for a little while, too.
Yeah. So they were asking him about Rogue One. He's like, oh, I can't say anything. I can't say anything. They're like, well, what can you tell us about whatever Jin and stuff like that? And he's like, yeah, it's not that much. I'm her dad. And he was like, oh, I shouldn't have said that. And then he got like really quiet and was like really concerned face and like wouldn't say anything else about Rogue One. And they asked like, and Darth Vader's going to be in it. And he's like, I can't say anything.
Right. So there's two ways to think about this then. So if he is a big deal in this movie.
Yeah, he's not.
Well, yeah, that's my point though.
Well, okay. Well, yeah, there's two ways to think about it. Yes.
So if he was a big deal, yes, this would be a huge spoiler because
if his character, they've already made the movie.
It would mean that he has connections to other people, or he is a major plot point or something like that.
I mean, he could be like Max von Sydow, where he's in it for 2 minutes and like a flashback of Jin's childhood.
Yeah.
Or something. Or, since they've already made the movie, there's no redoing it, he could have been a main character throughout the whole film that we did not know was her father, that we weren't supposed to find out about until like halfway through or the end of the movie. And Jin didn't know, it was her father either.
Right.
So if that's the case, he's probably in a lot of trouble.
But Jin already said in the trailer, right? We heard her say that she's been alone.
Yes.
For most of her life. So I can't imagine that her dad would be
I'm assuming
that big
he's
of a deal.
Probably a flashback dad.
If he's a flashback dad and he ends up being like
someone else important.
Yeah, like the guy in the cloak at the end, or the guy in the back to tanker. I don't know. Somebody's
something.
We're assuming that scene is a big deal. I don't know if it actually is, but
it looks awesome.
Royal guards.
Yeah,
it has to be something big.
Oh, which Pablo Hidalgo when someone asked if like Snoke or I think Palpatine were in the tanks, he's like, Snoke has nothing to do with Rogue One.
No.
Snoke is not involved in this movie at all.
I don't understand why that was ever considered by anybody.
So just putting that out there.
Right.
But yeah, for Mads,
this is a standalone thing. It's its own story, and connected slightly to.
I think you mentioned this, but
Episode 4.
even the director had said that we would find out, like we would know everything about the characters before the movie, type thing. Like we would know who the characters were before the movie came out.
Really?
It was you or someone else saying that.
I don't remember saying that.
I think I was reading it somewhere.
Well, there's going to be those tie-ins to Rebels.
We were told, someone, I think the director or someone had said that, we would know who the characters were before the movie came out. Like, that's not...
Okay.
It's not like they're not trying to hide too much, supposedly.
Well, the main group of rebels or all the characters?
That's the question. And, if Mads is some, like... high-ranking somebody or something that is really important, and we don't know it's her father until some big reveal halfway through the film, then he's in big trouble.
It is interesting if you think about it, like the casting choice for her dad. He seems like a very intense, like almost imperial villain type character.
He does, and
he plays really good villins.
That's
anyway.
what I was thinking. He's known for playing villains, and he seems like an imperial. He has an accent. He is an angry old man, as all Imperials are. And then Jin has this kind of hate for the Imperials, like hacking into stuff and stealing, and is that her?
Yeah, she's some kind of...
her disobedience, her broken childhood, her hate for her father for bringing her up in the... and not paying attention to her as a child because he was a high-ranking Imperial officer.
She at least seems like some kind of mercenary.
So I'm wondering if...
I don't know if she has a hate
is someone important, and she is... her rebellion through her childhood has brought her to where she's at.
I don't know if she has a hate for the Empire, but she at least has an Imperial rap.
Has daddy issues.
Maybe. I don't know. We don't know.
I don't know. I still think...
You think it's a huge spoiler?
No, I just think that he's in lots of trouble. He was probably given a good talking to by someone.
Well, yeah, whatever.
But he also was kind of acting like he really didn't care.
He doesn't really have a lot invested in this, I'm sure.
He was like, "Yeah, I'm in Rogue One. It's fun, When they approached me, I was just like, "Oh, okay." So I don't know how much he cares about the fact that he's in a Star Wars movie, or if it's just a paycheck.
Right.
The good old Harrison Ford.
He did say it was the 7th Star Wars movie. Or no, what did he say? He said it came after the 7th Star Wars movie?
I think he was talking about in the time of in real life and not in the scope of the Star Wars universe.
I hope so.
He may not know what he's talking about at all. It came after I got off my couch and acted in the movie.
I could have sworn he said in the interview it was set between 7 and 8.
I don't know if you said it was set. I think he just said it came after 7. And I was thinking he was talking
That's what it
about...
was. He says it comes between 7 and 8.
Yes.
So it could have meant...
He could have meant in real life, or he
could have been completely off of his
no
ball.
idea what he's talking about.
Off his little knob.
That's a different show.
Off your knob!
That's a very British show.
It's time to play Off Your Knob.
It also sounds violent and painful.
With Chester McFridgman.
McFridgman?
I don't know.
Okay. Those were the 3 Star Wars things we had.
3 Star Wars things.
Yeah, I mean, well, I guess since last episode, I finally have gone to Hollywood Studios at Disney World.
Oh, yeah.
In Florida, and
welcome to Florida.
And saw the whole new Star Wars section, the launch bay.
Pretty cool, huh?
That whole area with all the props and stuff is
amazing.
Giant. I didn't know it was that big.
Yeah. Yeah, it goes pretty far back.
There's so much stuff in there, like the full Ray speeder.
Yeah.
And Phasma helmet's gorgeous.
Okay, so there's a speeder bike there. Did you see it?
Yeah, the like indoor speeder bike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So somebody there told me that was an actual, like that was used in Return of the Jedi.
Really?
That prop. Yeah.
That's awesome.
That, and then they have Anakin's pod next to that.
Oh yeah, just like the pod seat. Yeah.
They're both on loan from Lucasfilm, from
That's
the
awesome.
Lucasfilm archive.
That's
So
really
they were
cool.
the real props that were used in the movie. It was pretty cool.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool area back there.
Yeah, it was really cool. And then they have like the whole, you can meet Chewbacca and get a picture with him in the Resistance base, and they have Kylo Ren. You can get a picture with him on the bridge of the
Insider Disney information for all of those who lived in Orlando, or live in Orlando, or will, or won't, or anybody.
Who cares?
The Jawas.
Oh,
Did
yeah.
you see them?
Yeah, I did see them. They're shaking the. They had the protocol droid legs.
Yes.
Like full of junk that they were shaking. Yeah.
Well, you can go and like take junk to them and trade with them.
Like if you have like little bits of whatever.
Yeah, like little, like they like light bulbs, like small light bulbs, and just like.
But how do you take that
electronic
stuff
junk.
to them? You just have to, if you have it on you, like if you just have
You
stuff.
just take it with you to the park.
Just anything.
Yeah, just junk, like a little electronics kind of junk, right?
Yeah.
And they'll trade with you.
What do they have?
Just other junk.
Nothing good.
It's just fun to.
Is there nothing good in there? Is there like special?
I've never done it
Are
before.
there any special prizes? Like do they have like?
I did hear a story that
something
somebody bought a small Lego set and traded it with them.
like the full box.
Yeah, like a small one of those little mini
The
kits.
little mini ships, like the miniature ships.
They traded that, and then the Jawa got super excited and was like jumping around and took pictures with them. And stuff. That was kind of cool. I thought it was cool.
That's pretty funny.
But next time you go,
I wonder if there's anything,
Bring
if there's
some
like
junk.
anything super special, like in those legs and the protocol droid legs, like if there's like a special pin
in
or
whose
something.
legs?
Oh. Like if there's like a special Disney pin or something crazy. Like
Oh, I don't know. No, I doubt it.
gold nuggets.
Don't think so.
No. Okay.
I don't think so. It would be funny to see what kind of junk you can get through Disney security.
Yeah, don't bring anything too metallic or sharp.
Oh, that's just my Jawa knife. Don't worry.
It's my Java knife.
It's fine.
They'll understand.
It's fine. I'm just going to go back there and give it to him. Nothing else.
I'm gonna give it to him real good.
That's all right. I mean, whoops. I didn't say it like that. I mean, I did, but I didn't mean it like that.
Yeah. Or they just like pull you aside because they're like, sir, you have this whole knapsack full of wires and light bulbs and junk.
There's
We're
so
gonna
many
have
knives.
to question you.
Sir, this is more knives I've ever seen in one spot. And you're just
No,
like,
it's just like you have a
no,
bag
it's
of.
fine. It's cool. No, you just don't worry about it. It's fine.
I just imagine like you have a bag full of like screws and wires and just like stuff that looks like it could be trying to make a bomb in the park, and they're just like, sir, we're gonna have to question you for a while.
You're probably not going to get out today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, just see.
Yeah.
It'd be a fun trip.
Yeah, so I saw them trading some stuff with some people. They had like just little.
There's just
bits
little
and
trinkets
bobs.
and stuff, yeah.
I don't want to bring junk to Disney though. Just more
why not?
stuff I have to bring with me.
Somebody did say that, I don't know if they were doing it while you were there, but they're going to have Kylo Ren and Phasma for like photo opportunities.
Really?
That'll be cool.
Like together or just separate? Like around?
Separate.
Because they have Kylo Ren already in the launch bay.
They do?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that must be new then.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, so when you went down to if you go to the launch bay and you go down the steps all the way to the way back is where they have the Chewbacca line.
Right.
They also have a line for, like, I think they called it, like, the bridge.
Yeah.
And it's for a photo op on like, the ship bridge with Kylo.
Oh, okay. I wonder if that's new.
And there was, like, no one back there, but I didn't get pictures with them.
I know, they're going to do Phasma, and then they have Phasma and...
I saw just some regular stormtroopers walking around the park.
Yep.
Just randomly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not anywhere near the Star Wars area, just, like, walking around.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was just, like, down the main street.
Wow.
Just two stormtroopers just walking
At
around.
night? Like, close to the show?
In the evening, yeah.
Okay. That might have been why. I know they do a show in the middle of the day that's got, like, Boba Fett and Phasma and Kylo Ren.
Lobot.
And... No, I wish they did.
I saw
What?
pictures online, at least, of
Lobot?
being a DJ.
What?
Yeah. There's like some dance party.
I want a
there's like
picture
some
with
Star Wars,
Lobot?
There's like some Star Wars dance party show.
How many times have I mentioned Lobot on this show?
Every time.
Every episode.
Yes. So
Well,
I wasn't there for any
pretty much
midday shows. We were there at night, but I've seen pictures before online of like this Star Wars dance party thing that happens on a stage. Is that what that show is?
I think. I
saw a picture of Lobot like at a DJ table, like pretending to be a DJ.
That bums me out, but at the same time, it's Lobot.
Yeah.
I really want to see Lobot in person.
Just wait behind.
I want to hang out with
like, wait
Lobot.
backstage to see him.
I want to hang out with him.
Throw your underwear on stage at him.
I want to meet that guy.
I want to meet that man.
It's Lobot.
Yeah. They have lots of cool stuff at Disney now with the Star Wars things. Of course, at least in Florida, at Hollywood Studios, half the park is closed right now to be torn up and made into Star Wars land.
Yeah, we need to go, by the way, when that opens up in 7 years from now or whatever. But yeah, we need to go. Hopefully we'll have enough money for a portable recorder. Hey,
We'll have
listen.
enough money to have tickets to the park.
Anyone out there who wants to donate, we don't have any way of donating to us right now other than mailing us cash, which probably you shouldn't do. But if you want to donate to us
via email, and we can work out
something.
details.
But if you feel like donating something, of course we would appreciate it, and we're going to put it straight towards a portable recorder so we can go out and do
We either want a portable recorder or donuts.
probably donuts first.
Yes. All right, we're on the same page. All right, good.
But we could do things like conventions. We could go out to like Disney
Yes.
with all this. I doubt. Well, I don't know. Maybe they would let us do that or not.
They would let you bring in a recorder. They have people bring in cameras and
With microphones and
you
stuff?
You can't bring selfie sticks in anymore.
I would want to bring microphones and headphones so you could like just walk around. You seem more official that way. You can walk up to people and
I don't see why they wouldn't let you have a microphone.
shove a microphone in their mouth.
I wouldn't see why they wouldn't let you have a microphone.
Okay.
And
Well,
a
we could
bag
try
with
it.
A cord.
But anyway, yeah, that's what we would do. We'd buy a portable recorder and go out and
Yeah,
do
we really
fun,
want one.
adventurous things.
Yeah.
So this podcast doesn't have to be so boring. Oh, well.
It'll just be full of people saying, "Get out of my face! What are you doing, you freak?"
Yeah, we can do on the street interviews. I like doing that kind of stuff.
Standing in front of my driveway, just waiting for people to come by.
Excuse me.
You, sir, walking your dog. Hello, I am your neighbor.
Then you just interview the dog.
You, sir, can you please stop for a moment? Hey, Bobby. Yeah, just that. That's the show now. We interview dogs on the street. Then you just hear. Just right on.
On the microphone?
Why
Sorry.
is the dog leaking forward
Sorry.
to the microphone?
No, that was me.
Oh, that was just you on the microphone?
On mic, really? I have to go. I saw the dog.
How often do you take dumps on dogs on the street?
Not too often.
Okay.
Usually it's I see the dog and then it's like,
Sometimes.
oh yeah. It reminds me.
Then you have to wipe and what do you have? You have a
Oh,
dog.
I do that too. And I have to do it now. You ever get
What,
reminded?
you've never wiped with a dog before?
You ever get reminded, you see someone take a dump and then you remember,
I don't see people taking dumps
oh,
ever.
I take a dump too. And then you have to do
You're
it.
not supposed to be watching other
That
people.
never happens to you? Oh, all right.
Stop sliding under people's bathroom stalls.
Hey,
What you doing?
I know what you're doing there.
Slide in on your back, just head first.
Hey, buddy.
How's it going? Can I get you anything? A mint?
As soon as they start to say something, you go, okay, bye.
You just slide away.
Okay, I'll see you later. Yeah.
You would make the worst bathroom attendant ever.
Under the stall.
Yeah.
Hey there. And you grab their legs.
You're just on like a mechanic's rolly board and you just roll in underneath it.
It's like that guy on Mad Max. Do you remember the first Road Warrior? Where that guy is on the winch. Do you remember that dude?
I don't think so.
He's like the mechanic dude. He's always on a winch.
No.
You remember him? Oh,
It's been a very long time since I've seen that.
he was fun.
Okay.
I just come in on a winch above the stall.
Like you just hear a bunch of chains and stuff.
I just lower slowly down into
Like
the...
lower down with like a little booth, like one of those like the snack tray things, like
Yeah.
the old on like old trains where like the ladies would
Or
have
like
the
airplanes,
bag,
like airplanes from the
tray of like
60s.
candy and smokes and stuff. You would just lower down with one of those on your shoulders.
with a little hat.
Yeah.
Does it have all the same stuff, or is it like
Yeah.
tampons and
No,
toilet paper?
It's still just like gum and smokes and whatever else they had back then.
Can I interest you in anything here? Okay. I think my winch is broken.
You oil your winch.
So, movie title game.
Sure, why not? We have some time. We can do that.
How have we talked for this long?
We talk a lot about nothing.
Jeez.
We can do a few movie
Do
titles.
we have
if
time?
like. Sure, why not?
We can just end it here.
Yeah, we've been going for about like 40 minutes.
Just end the misery now.
Nah, you got to get some movie titles that you don't know about.
All right. I was so bad at this last time.
Again, for those that don't know, the Everywhere But the U.S. likes to translate our titles to make sense in their language, but when translated back to English, it is very strange. It doesn't make sense, and it's often funny. So I'm going to say the movie title translation back to back to American, jeez, back to English, and see if Michael can figure out what the movie is. The trick is Michael has never known a movie title ever for his entire life. So this game is mostly for you to be yelling.
I'm not good at this.
Yes. This game is mostly for you to be yelling at your radio, earbuds, whatever, hoping that you know the title. So we'll start with something from Portugal.
Let's go.
A Very Crazy Dead Man.
Okay. So, Weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah. There you go. Softball.
Why was
You
he
got a movie.
crazy?
Well, he was a crazy dead man.
But
They made him crazy. Did you see Weekend at Bernie's?
yes,
Okay.
he wasn't.
They made him all wacky, crazy.
I have a problem
Bernie.
with this. He wasn't. It wasn't his choice.
They made him, obviously, but they made him crazy. Everyone else thought he was crazy.
All right, next one.
All right. Next one is The Night of the Cold Noses.
A Knight's Tale.
No. The Night of the Cold Noses. And this is translated from
Beethoven.
Spanish. Closer. Warmer.
Milo and Otis.
No.
Oh.
The Night
Colder?
of the Cold Noses.
Jack Frost.
No.
No?
No, you were closer with the animals.
It's an animal thing.
Yeah.
Is the goal here to guess movie titles or get
Yes,
the right movie
it's
title?
The right movie title. Not
Oh.
just okay. So we've been playing this wrong the whole time. You don't just yell out any movie title. You have to try to
Oh.
figure out what the movie title is.
Gotcha.
There was Cold Noses. It was night.
Is this Knight
No,
or is this
Night?
Oh.
The Night of the Cold Noses. Animated film.
Cats and Dogs?
Guess that was computer animated, but only the dogs and cats when they talked.
I give up.
101 Dalmatians. There was a bunch of cold noses.
No, why?
That's what happened.
What is that from?
What?
The movie title, not the movie. I know what the movie is.
What do you want to know?
What country is this
Oh,
from?
it was from Spanish.
Spanish?
Yeah, it was translated back.
That's
from
a lot of
Spanish.
countries from Spanish. Which one? From Spain?
It's from the Spanish title. So I don't know if it was from Spanish or Mexican Spanish.
I thought we were doing countries. This isn't.
Some of them are countries. Some of them are the languages. It's whatever I could glean from the internet.
Next one.
So you're a lawyer. This is from Hong Kong.
That's comma.
Comma, you're a lawyer.
Jeez.
I will tell you, it has nothing to do with lawyers.
What?
You're not gonna get it. I'll give you some guesses just to see if you can dial in on it.
It doesn't have anything to do with lawyers.
Not that I remember.
Then how the heck am I going to get this? What do I have to go off of?
Just dial it in.
Meet
Come
the
on.
parents.
No.
How warm am I?
That's not there's no temperatures with that one.
Oh, it's way off.
It's just nothing.
Does it have Jim Carrey in it? It sounds like it should have Jim Carrey in it.
No, it does not. You're thinking liar, liar.
How warm am I?
Jim Carrey?
Yeah.
It's very cold.
Ugh.
I'll say it has
Give me some actors.
It has
Give me an actor.
Okay, I'll just give you an actor. It what's his Tom Cruise.
Actually Tom Cruise, or you seem like you had some trouble there.
I almost forgot his name.
How can you forget Tom Cruise?
Who knows?
All right, Top Gun.
No. So you're a lawyer.
Money Back.
what movie was that?
Risky Business. There it is.
No.
Not Risky Business?
Nope.
A Few Good Men.
No. You should start naming every Tom Cruise movie.
How
Brad Pitt is also in it.
Moneyball.
No.
Money Back. I said that.
That's not a movie, I don't think.
Roll Back.
And there's also
That's
a
the
very
Walmart movie.
young... Crap, what's her name? Now I'm forgetting.
What does she look like?
She was a small child in this film.
Her.
She's
Natalie Portman.
No. The only way I can think to remember
Reese Witherspoon.
who she is the girl from Small Soldiers.
Oh, no,
She's also
I don't
plays.
think I ever saw
she plays
that.
Mary Jane in the first Spider-Man movies.
Oh yeah,
Her.
Kirsten Dunst.
Yes, thank you. Very young Kirsten
What?
Dunst.
Is this a vampire movie?
Yes.
Holy crap! I know what it is, but I don't know the name of the movie.
Interview with the Vampire.
Yes, with a vampire.
So you're a lawyer. Was
What?
the Hong Kong?
Is he a lawyer in that movie?
I don't. Maybe because of
Or is it just vampire
maybe the
lawyers are
interview-
vampires?
Maybe the interview and the title had translated weirdly to lawyer somehow.
Are vampires lawyers in Japan? Was that Japan or China?
That was from Hong Kong to China.
Oh, China. Okay.
So don't see a lawyer in China.
In China.
All right. The Eighth Passenger 3.
What? All right, give me an actor.
The Eighth Passenger 3. There are two numbers in the title.
Is this the eighth
This
passenger?
is from Israel.
The eighth passenger of 3? Out of 3? That doesn't make sense.
No, it's just The Eighth Passenger 3.
Not of 3. Just
No. Just The Eighth Passenger 3. Straight on through.
Give me a genre.
That 3
Just
means
genre.
it's the third movie.
Oh, the eighth passenger 3. Okay, I get
Yeah.
it. What? That doesn't.
But it was spelled out. It was not a number.
Give me a genre.
Horror.
Really?
Thriller.
The eighth passenger?
Yeah.
Unbreakable? I'm trying to think of movies on trains. Is this a train movie?
No, it is not a train movie.
No. Do you do that too? Do you think when someone says passenger, do you think train?
Never.
No, not ever.
Nope. I would maybe go to plane or bus first. Not a train.
Not passenger? You're a passenger on a train, but you're a sheep on a plane. I don't know.
You are a tuna.
What are you on a plane then?
Sardines. I don't know. You are a sad on a plane.
Give me an actor.
Passenger 3.
It just has to be an actor.
I do not remember who was in this movie.
You know you have the title in front of you, right?
I don't remember who's in it. Give me a minute.
Do you know the movie? Have you seen it?
Yes, I have.
Have I seen it?
Yes, you have.
Definitely.
You better have. I'll say Sigourney Weaver.
Star Wars.
Sigourney Weaver.
Oh. Aliens?
Close.
Avatar?
No.
Oh.
You were on the right track.
Oh, 3.
Yeah. Alien 3. So apparently
It was Alien 3?
The first Alien movie was called The Eighth Passenger because there were 7 on the ship, and the alien was the 8th.
Oh, that's clever.
So it makes sense.
The 8th Passenger 3?
So just regular Alien was just called The Eighth Passenger. Which isn't, I don't know, it's not as wacky as some of the other ones, but it doesn't make a ton of sense.
I like the idea that it isn't what the movie is.
No. And I like that it was The Eighth Passenger 3, but the 3 was not a number. It was just 3 spelled out as well. So it just...
It's the 8th 3, you know?
Yeah, you know how that is.
Not the 7th 3.
Yeah.
One more.
One more. Okay. Let me find one.
No, what was that?
You don't want to know.
You were scrolling and then something terrible happened. Was that a pop-up or just a pasted image in your document?
The Jungle 2 Red Alert.
Predator. Is this a Predator movie?
Nope. This is from Spain.
Predator?
No.
Is it Predator?
It has no predators. The Jungle 2 Red Alert.
Speaking of Predator, I got the urge to watch Predator the other day, and I couldn't find it anywhere, so I went out and bought the Blu-ray.
Really?
So now I have the Blu-ray of Predator at my house.
I have not seen Predator in probably...
Oh, we have to watch it.
10, 15 years.
Neither have I. That's why I wanted to see it, because I don't remember.
Have you not watched it still since you bought it? You
No,
just wanted to
it's
buy
still
it.
in
You
the
just
wrap.
wanted to watch it and you just bought it. But
I
didn't
bought
watch
it
Okay.
a week ago, and it's still in the plastic wrap. I haven't opened it yet.
That's really sad.
So I just got an urge one day to watch Predator, and I couldn't watch it. So now I have it.
All right.
So we should watch Predator.
We should watch it.
So this is Predator?
No.
Oh.
The Jungle 2 Red Alert.
Is
Bruce
it?
Willis.
Oh, is it that? Oh.
I guess
Well, I just shot that down.
Okay.
Is it Red Sun? Tears of the Sun.
No.
Sorry.
Nope.
Something Sun.
No, nothing, son.
Remember that Bruce Willis movie,
It was Tears of the Sun.
Yeah.
The helicopter movie.
That's a helicopter. That's how you remember it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was the Black Hawk Sun.
How do you remember Airplane? What movie was that to you?
What?
Airplane. The movie Airplane.
Everyone.
How do you
should
remember that one?
Don't Call Me.
Was that the Sky movie?
Don't Call Me Shirley.
Oh, okay. Just trying to see how you make these connections. How does your brain work?
It works in that Tears of the Sun was only okay, and I don't.
And you only remember the
at all.
helicopter in it.
I only remember that there were helicopters at some point.
I just remember a line of African children. That's it.
From that movie, or just is this something that happened earlier today?
Yeah, I'm just saying in general.
Okay, that's just all you ever remember. The one memory I have.
Let me pull up my
Die Hard 2.
What?
Die Hard 2.
Wait, you're telling me?
I am, because you're never going to get it.
I was going to guess more.
The Jungle 2 Red Alert is Die Hard 2.
I was going to pull up my Ben Affleck paper and see what that had to say.
The Jungle 2 Red Alert is Die Hard 2.
Why? They're not in the jungle.
Ask Spain.
Wasn't there a ship involved?
I think so. Ask Spain. I have nothing to do with this.
If I remember Die Hard 2, there was a ship that crashes into a airport. Right?
Yes. That was the one in the airport, right? Die Hard 2?
Am I mixing two movies up?
Was that Die Hard 2 or 3 and that was in the airport? I think it was 2.
2, because 3 was not in the airport. What was 3? Was it the Kevin Smith one?
No, that was was that 3
that
or
was
4?
4.
That was 4.
What was 3?
Non-memorable. I don't know. I don't
Crap,
remember
what
what
was
3
Die
is.
Hard 3?
I have
Why
them.
don't I know that?
I have them. I would have to watch them, though. It's been so long. That's another movie I haven't seen in 10,
Oh, by the way,
15
I looked it up. Pablo Hidalgo was hired as the main canon overseer. Yeah, after that.
I mean, he worked for Lucasfilm already. It's just they brought him on as the
Yeah, and
canon-
he
the
actually
canon master.
he ran like a fan site before that, which I thought that was pretty cool.
Nice. Yeah, so that is the movie title game that Michael can never win.
Oh,
got a few, though.
duh! 3 was the one where they robbed the Fort Knox.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Federal Reserve, or it was either Fort Knox or Federal
I
Reserve.
forget
That's like the best Die
I
Hard.
forget that's Die Hard.
With it seems like a Lethal Weapon movie, doesn't it? Maybe it's just because it's Sam
It
Jackson.
just doesn't seem like
And
a Die Hard plot
You don't think so?
because it's not
Because it's too big. Maybe
It's not him sneaking around in a place.
Anyway, that was like probably the best Die Hard, I think.
That's been a long time since I've seen that one.
I really like that movie.
Nice.
I couldn't remember any of it.
Should watch that too.
Which one's higher rated on IMDb?
We're just now looking through IMDb.
The first Die Hard's higher
That's what
rated.
we're doing now. All right.
Let's see what IMDb. Well, hold on.
We had 3 notes for Star Wars, and we
I just want to look at
for an hour.
Just looking at the front page of IMDb.
We're just gonna read off.
And
talk
now about
reading of IMDb.
Frankenstein through the years. That's what it says here.
It's like a 60 minutes section.
Let's just go through what's in theaters right now.
No, okay, I'm done. This is the podcast.
Doe.
Please hit
Green
us up.
Room.
You can shoot us an email at hockeyreligionpod@gmail.com.
Mother's Day.
You can tweet us
Papa Hemingway.
at Hokey_religion on Twitter.
Ratchet and Clank.
You can also send us donuts.
Also playing 10 Cloverfield Lane.
That's a very good movie. Everyone should go see 10 Cloverfield Lane. It is crazy. And you should also watch Hush on Netflix if you like horror movies. It was really interesting.
Yeah, you were telling me about that.
Yes. So yeah, hit us up, email, Twitter. If you like this show and you're on a place that allows reviews, please leave one of those for us.
If you're on a place?
If you have access to a location with reviews, leave us one. Bulletin boards, in a physical hallway, wherever.
Please, somebody do that. Please, somebody leave a written review
Post-it note
of Hokey Religion and put it on a bulletin board and take a picture and send it to us.
Staple it to a telephone pole.
Something.
Like a lost dog.
Please, somebody leave a written review of Hokey Religion.
That would be really great.
Somewhere and take a picture of it.
Yeah.
We'll send you something. I don't know what.
Tweets. We'll send you tweets.
I'll send you
we have nothing.
It's something.
We'll send you a cable. We have lots of cables.
My wedding ring.
Oh, jeez. All right, we're shutting this down. All right, thanks for listening this week. See ya.
Bye.
Hokey religion is an ancient weapon. Hokey religion is an ancient weapon. They're no match for a good blaster, true side.
It was
just the
$12.
last quarter of the knob.
That's the only part that matters.
That's true.